We basically do deployments in one day when we do our roadshows in the US, right?
It's that easy to just copy-paste a newsroom with us or a TV station.
Hi, I'm Arno Leroy. I'm the head of sales of Q's, and this is my colleague Jan.
Or people call me JDW also within the company, and I'm the product owner of the Automator.
Right, and today we're going to talk about why automation is the future. But Jan, is it actually the future? I don't think so, right?
Absolutely not. It's really happening today, and that we see every day with the customers that we try to onboard and start to work with. Most of the times when we start working with them from day one, we still think if they have some sort of experience with automation already, they start to do that in kind of functional way. So like, okay, build an automation to do a lower turret or just play a clip and so on and so on. But we hope to get them to the point that they start doing what we call scene-based automation, which basically is build one big automation that can work for any kind of way that, for example, they want to play a clip, or any kind of way that they want to do a studio part, or any kind of way that they want to do a live crosstalk. So that's a little bit how we look at things, and that we try to do with those customers.
But as you say, it's the way in which we approach it that is different, and it's also the flexibility that comes with that freedom that we try to give to people.
Yeah, and that creates lots of aha moments with our customer, because at every stage of the process, this is the first day, after a week, whenever we get into calls with customers to discuss whatever they are doing, trying to support them, any type of things that we show them, it creates like little and bigger aha moments, just showing them that you can do automations in really easy ways.
There's two things that are really important. It's partly a technical shift, of course, but the most important part is that it's a mental shift. It's not necessarily about the technicality of the product itself, it's more about what you can do with it that's very important, and the way that you start thinking. Before, generally, when we were talking about automation, you got something that got deployed, that got installed, and it was that you were using. And right now what we do is we give that flexibility to people to truly think about what you can achieve and what the achievements is that they want to do. As Jan already mentioned, scene-based automation is one of these things where we actually want to go further into that automation and give these options of making a show or like a production look absolutely unique towards your, compared to your competitors, and in a way that it looks seamless in the way that it's been built.
And that indeed people can just operate that in a really easy way, or even get the technicalities completely out of the way. So people have complete freedom not only in building those automations, but also the kind of devices behind the scenes. So one production could be done with just vMix, another production could be done with a bigger control room behind the scenes. People might not know even. It can take that form, and that kind of flexibility is what we actually offer.
Yeah, it can go from one person in a studio that basically is also running the show up to production of a couple of hundred people. So that is also the flexibility. It's not necessarily about the largeness and the technicality of things anymore. It's about what you want to achieve with how many people and how efficient you want to make it. What we mainly focus on is overhead of time and seeing how we can make people's day more efficient.
Yeah, exactly that.
Q's is not only collaborative, it's also scalable. And what we mean with scalable is that it's not only horizontal, but it's also vertical. The horizontal part is, of course, being able to do more within a certain studio, building out these automations and basically giving that freedom from there. You can scale still within your own production towards your own needs and towards your own creativity. Not only that, and then when we go look into the vertical part of the scaling, is that it's very easy to go from one station to another, or to basically expand across multiple studios. Right, Jan?
Exactly that, because we've seen customers already, and it's really easy to do in the end, that have like 60 stations, and whenever they build one pilot station, for example, and they think it's good to go, our platform really enables them to just copy-paste such a TV station. I've heard from our sales department and from our account managers, those stations actually, the lead time to launch a new station appears to be 2 to 4 weeks. That means 2 to 4 weeks to train their people, train their editorial staff, connect all the technical stuff, and get to air. And that for like 60 stations.
The truth about the 2 to 4 weeks is that we take that time to basically make sure that everyone is onboarded, that everyone understands the products, but how much time would it take for us to copy-paste something from one station to another? I think we basically do deployments in one day when we do our roadshows in the US, right?
The customers do that themselves.
Yes.
They just copy paste a TV station, and that's just the same principle as you might be doing within your Windows Explorer, like you copy paste a Word document, for example. It's that easy to just copy paste a newsroom with us or a TV station.
So what does it look like when people start using queues and when they get onboarded? It's more about them, first of all, getting to understand the technical part, but also noticing that the true collaborative nature of our tools are very present. It's not necessarily about the technical people alone, it's also about how we can bring the editorial people on the side. And I think that that is super important, that these two teams start working together, because basically they've always been creating a show together, but they haven't truly been creating a show together. They've been doing their work very separately. And that is something that we want to bring together. So after a while, what we will notice is that with that shift, there's also more creativity coming in from the editorial side, but also from the technical people, because they start working together and start understanding each other's world. And that brings people to basically getting to a true vision of that collaborative nature. And that is what we try to do with queues. Not only that, but our support is absolutely world class.
Even more than just support, it's really customer success, and that's what our CS team actually stands for. They have lots of help center articles out there, tutorial videos, even personal support when needed. But what we actually see, that is even 93% of the people that get in touch with us can help themselves with everything that's supplied through that help center that we have available. Even then, if they still get stuck, the last 7%, we have a really great team behind the scenes available to them. Those people are the actual trainers, so they do deliver the training to our customers. And then in the end, when people get actually completely stuck, they are still available like 24/7 to help them get going. Pre-show, but even live during a show, because we've got service level agreements going. So we do respond, our teams do respond, help them get going, keep them alive. And that's really the DNA of our company.
It's one of the most important things we find, truly giving that support. And not only in terms of when there ever is a problem, but also we want to be proactive with all that support. We want to truly be able to help you create that vision and bring that vision to life. And I think that is where Qs excels. So what's one piece of advice that I would give to a news station? Well, there's a saying that comes from the Bible, which is, the truth shall set you free. And I think that with Qs, it's exactly the same. It's about getting the creativity, truly seeing the vision, and then from there, helping yourself. It's not about how we can deploy something for you. It's about what you can do with the tool afterwards when you truly see what we're trying to do.
And from the automator standpoint, it's just an easy tool to use. So basically, have fun automating that stuff, because in the end, it's not about technicalities. It isn't technical at all in the end. It's just having fun with our automator. Enjoy it.